Hey guys, this is Shings and welcome back to another One Piece Bounty Rush video. So in this video, I'll be covering the updated tier list for the Season 16 or Season 17. So in this tier list, I've added the Gear 4 Luffy and the... Gear 4 Luffy, oh my god. Okay, Gear 4 Luffy, Luffy and the Stampede Sabo, Stampede Smoker. So yeah. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. This might be a pretty long video, so yeah. For those who actually seen my previous videos, a lot of these will be kind of repeated but I'll try my best to try to go through as fast as possible. So this tier list video is taken into account that all of them have are at, let's say, 6 star. Then and it's also taken into account the current meta and the revolving, like if there's any changes, so you will see occasional swaps in position. Then yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it. So in the first tier, S plus means that these characters, they excel in pretty much what they do best. Like if they are the defender, they excel in defending and they can pretty much hold the point for very long. Then if they are runner, they can pretty much capture fast, just pretty much help your team to capture the flags. And for some runners, right, they actually have extra abilities such as maybe an attacker type of runner like Skypiea Zoro, or just disruptive type of runner. So then the next one will be attacker. So attackers wise, right, in S plus, pretty much they just mean that they can deal a lot of damage, and it's very nice to have them because when played right, they can pretty much carry the whole team in terms of kills, etc. And both of their skill pretty much have decent KO possibilities. Then they can, and it's also pretty, the area of effect for these skills are pretty okay. Then yeah, so I guess that's for the S plus. Then without further ado, let's just get started. For the first character is actually Moria. So you guys already know how good Moria is. Then okay, let me just try. Okay, Moria, right, great tank. Then is a green defender. So as you guys know, upcoming there will be a lot of green characters, and actually, to be honest, we have been seeing quite a lot of green characters now already. So he will kind of be not as effective, because last time when there was the last season, there was full of blue characters. So pretty much you bring him, he's kind of unkillable because of his skills, etc. and his traits. So but now it's still pretty good as long as you get the East Blue tag. So okay, skills. Skill 1 Doppelman is the long range with knockback. This skill is not really the, how to say, the best skill for him, but this skill, if it lands and somehow it hits, it's gonna be a insane ability. So the one that is very good for him is the Brick Bat. So this skill casts relatively fast and it's usually a one shot because it has like so many hits, and each hit does 134. That is also like, is based on your HP. So your HP is a lot, you will deal a lot of damage, and oftentimes this skill is the one that one shots people. Also, it has an insane cooldown with speed of like 24 seconds. So traits, this is also another part which makes him a great character. So reason why he's also so good is because when your teammate is KO'd, you recover 15% of your HP, and when he's also KO'd, boosts your defense by 20% for 10 seconds, which makes him a tank. And sometimes when you think that you can kill him, then suddenly his teammate dies and he gets the HP, and he brings a comeback. And by right, you're not supposed to take so much damage from his skill, but suddenly he gets that HP recovery and he just destroys you. So he also have other pretty decent traits such as the damage reduction and increase in damage dealt, and overall he also has cooldown reduction for his traits. Insane traits, to be honest. Like, there's pretty much not really bad traits for him. So okay, next character in the S plus tier would be the Skypiea Zoro. So the Skypiea Zoro is a awesome character as a, it's kind of a attacker's runner. So you guys should already know that it's pretty insane. Like, his skills, both his skills does pretty a lot of damage. His skill 1 mainly is the one shot ability. If you cast it, usually it does at least about 14 to 16k damage, and with crit, it's guaranteed a one shot. So the reason why he's so good is because he's ranged character and he's a runner. So usually when ranged characters, right, enemies will like to try to get close to you, but he is a runner and he has one of the fastest moving speed in the game. So usually he has no problem maintaining distance. So if the enemy gets too close, you just have to keep running, and even if you're not attacking it, you are wasting the enemy's time and buying some time off from your team. So just an insane character. So also, because of the recent rise in green characters, he will excel even more because he's a red character, and because he does so much damage already, it's like a free kill for him. So this guy never really dropped out of meta. Against blue, the last few seasons, he's a bit more of a scarier pick, but yeah, generally he still does very, very well if you get to maintain your distance. So also another thing is that this character, right, even though he's a runner, his attack trait is not that good, right? His normal attacks are, he has 3 hits normal attack and he's usually pretty fast. So his traits also pretty good, does cooldown reduction. Then okay, the one that when your strength less than 30% boost capture speed is not too great, but yeah. So he can even do more damage when you are in your own captured treasure, as you can see, and when you respawn, boost speed by 10%, which is pretty nice because with his decent speed already, you get another 10% boost. You can pretty much rush to the midpoint pretty fast. So okay, then next character, Kizaru. So this character, it might be a surprise for you guys, some of you guys, because Kizaru is like, some of you guys feel that he's a squishy character and maybe his skill 1 is not easy to hit. But the thing is, his skill 1, if you can bait out the dodge, the mid range is often enough to one shot the enemy. Like at level 80, my Kizaru kind of definitely can one shot blue characters. Then red characters maybe not, but at least take out like 70% of the HP. It's just that this guy, you have to learn to time his attacks right. Then skill 2, very, very good ability. The distance that he can cover when using this skill 2 is just insane. Do take note that you can also use this to, like, let's say if you shine it at a flagpole, you will kind of not do the full distance, but you just hit. If you hit a solid object, you will pretty much stop there. So, and every time you capture a flag, you can help reduce this cooldown reduction by quite a bit. So I would say that if you capture 2 flags, this skill will kind of almost be up already. And they even built a map just for him, Sabodi Archipelago. This guy just goes around capturing flags. So yeah, he's just pretty much a beast. Then traits wise, he has decent traits that kind of reduce damage, and also a 50% damage increase if you're in your enemy's treasure and there's no one with you. So because he's a runner, sometimes he has to sneak capture, and this 50% damage dealt will help him to defend on his own. And when there's 15 seconds or less resist stagger, this is kind of extra, but yeah. He also have the cooldown reduction of skill 2, like I said, when he captures treasure. But other than that, the other traits are just not as good. Okay, so next character, time skip Luffy. So a lot of people don't agree that he is in S+, but I'm just gonna say that he's just pretty insane, to be honest. Like, his normal attacks just so good. Then like, you can kind of sometimes you think that you will escape the Luffy, and somehow the hitbox of the normal attacks will just still hit you. And the Gatling gun, oh my god, it's so annoying. Like, pretty much time skip Luffy is like one of the main counters for the Skypiea Zoro. So yeah, pretty insane character. His normal attacks, I would say, is like one of the best normal attacks in the game at the moment. Then because of how at the start he attacks forward, and also at the end, and he slowly moves towards the enemy, so you don't have to worry about the enemy running away, because you can continue hitting them. And his whole one chain of normal attacks deals quite a lot of damage. Then skills. Skill 1 is pretty much the insane skill that he has. It's the skill where he it's a mid-range with multiple hit attack, becomes invincible after use. So a lot of the times when enemy Luffy's, they kind of think they will get killed by the skill, they will just cast this skill and they get the immortal frame, and pretty much he won't die. Oh my god. And this skill lasts for quite some time. Just do take note that if you manage to escape from this skill, you can find an opening where he drops down, he can't do anything about it during that animation, and you can cast a skill to kill him. So yeah, pretty much insane. Then this skill often covers quite a lot of the treasure area, and if you use it, you can buy a lot of time, and kind of it's a one-shot ability. Then this skill casts for pretty this skill, it takes quite a short while to cast, and it does a very decent amount of damage, usually about 60-70% of the enemy's HP. And if it's red characters, is kind of a one shot with a crit. Then yeah, just insane ability that you can kind of spam a bit. So yeah, traits wise, he also has cooldown reduction traits, and when you KO an opponent, boost your skill 2 cooldown reduction. That's why he can kind of spam the skill 2 quite a lot. Then you also have the increased damage dealt, and all Luffy's have nullify shock and entrance, which is like, oh my god, Boa's effectiveness because of all these Luffy's hasn't been that good. Then when your strength is more than 70%, boost cooldown speed or dodge. Dodge is very important in the game, because if you can dodge, you can perfect dodge, and usually it's the battle about who used their dodge first. So having that extra dodge speed is definitely very good. Okay, next will be Law. Law, pretty insane character. His skill swaps the enemy around. Skill 1 does amputation, which is kind of usually I would say, if not one shot, it does a lot of damage, and it confuses the enemy, which makes them pretty hard to fight. Then pretty hard for them to fight back. Then Shambo's just a pretty insane ability with decent cooldown. You can swap places with enemy, and when they swap, their speed is reduced. Pretty nice to fight against Skypiea Zoro, because once you slow them down, you can pretty much catch up to them, and you can use this skill a lot to prevent last cap, or to just try to get that last cap. Then okay, traits, very cool, very decent traits. Boost cooldown reduction, increase damage dealt, and also boost capture speed when your strength is more than 70%. Just overall a very good runner and character. So even now he's still at a very decent spot. So Luffy, because he just came out, he's still very good. So if you guys didn't know by now, if you use your skill 1, because of his 5-star trait, you can pretty much guarantee or midpoint capture. Even Skypiea Zoro can't do so much with it. Like Skypia's movement speed is fast, but this guy combined with his skill, oh my god, insane. And his skill has a cooldown time of 17 seconds, which means you can kind of, oh my god, the distance you can cover around is pretty insane. Do take note, you cannot use this skill over water though. Then this his all white skill will be kind of a one-shot ability that is long range area attack, which is very nice. But the cooldown time is decently short at 35 seconds. Just have to take note that you have to watch out for the enemy's dodge, or else you will lose out your only attack skill. Like this skill 1, the small area is pretty hard to land it on the enemy itself, but it's a very good movement ability. Then traits wise, his traits is pretty decent. Like he has the Usopp trait where he boosts capture speed when the capture treasure is more than 50%. Then I would say it can be, I'm not sure whether it's good or better than the lost capture trait, but yeah, it really depends on how you play. So if you kind of get your HP a lot, like you play the attacker type, you might not like the lost ability a lot. But if you like to play the runners, you will kind of use the hit loss ability. Then other than that, because of his skill 1, he gets that boost in speed of 10%, which is very good for a runner. So he also increased the treasure gauge amount when there's no one around you. And because he's a runner, yeah, he kind of do runner things, and both of his traits help him as a runner, and he can kind of defend the treasure well with his skill 1 also. Okay, next in the S plus tier list will be the Gear 4. Gear 4, some of you guys might be like, wait, why is he S plus? He's most likely S. So I've a few people in Discord where he full attack Luffy, and they said they did about like what 4k per hit with his normal attacks, and most likely is with the traits where he does at least the 50% boost in trait. Then if you can manage to use your skill 2, get that 30% attack, you're just gonna destroy a lot of enemy. And you also have nullified resist stagger effect when you are 80% more HP. And he also has the trait that boosts his defense for 20% by 10 seconds when receiving damage 5% only. Then generally a crazy insane attacker. Then skill 1, very decent range. The mid range extends to the side as well. Then knockback is pretty nice, because if you knock your enemy back to his allies, if his allies is casting a skill, it will definitely cancel the ability. Then King Kong Gun, his one-shot ability, let's say you don't even kill the enemy, which is very highly likely impossible, your allies can follow up and you can get that 30% attack boost to spam your normal attacks. And like I said, his normal attack is pretty insane. So one of the best attackers in the game at the moment. Next will be the S tier. S tier, I won't say they are too far off from the S plus tier, but yeah, there are some things that there are some cons and etc. So first character, Croc. Croc's skill 2 is very good. Skill 1, yeah, it's one of the best one of the decent crowd control, and if you can hit any enemy, you will reduce their HP by 60%. But do take note that if they are left with very little HP, it's 60% of that little HP. So, and this skill is pretty easy to, how to say, it has a pretty long cast time, and you can kind of use it to attack Croc while he's casting this skill. So okay, next, his traits are very good. Like his poison is very insane when you can crit, and you recover HP each time you KO an opponent, which makes him survive for very well. So his skill 2 is pretty much the killer for him. Like you can cast your skill 2, and if he hit someone, it's either gonna crit bait, and because of his high crit chance, you will get that poison off easily, and the poison does a lot of damage. Like, not even kidding. So next character is Time Skip Zoro. Time Skip Zoro, his skill 1 is pretty okay. It's just, it takes some it's not that easy to cast, and like, because it's not a forward ability, you have to, the tornadoes appears kind of on the spot where you press that skill, because he will move forward. So yeah. Then Dragon Quake, the cast time is pretty slow, and the skill 2 is actually mid-range only, and it does a fixed damage of 7,000, which is not that good, but the 50% chance to stun is very nice because his normal attacks is pretty insane. Like if you can hit your normal attack, you can take out a lot of their HP. Then he also have a lot of traits where he boosts cooldown reduction speed when he KOs enemies, and also reduce damage taken. Overall, a very good defender. Then the Chopper is a very good support. So his skill, the speed increase will help people to like go for the, I would say that a lot of choppers do use the skill 1 at the start of the battle to boost speed of their allies. Then Lie Back Down is the healing skill. Doesn't heal so much, about 5 to 6k HP, but it's very nice and it deals decent damage also. Then okay, what is so great about him is his normal attacks. His normal attacks is so annoying and so painful, and he kind of, between each normal attack, he can cast it together and keep spamming it for so long that, yeah, he's just pretty much a insane character. Traits wise, he doesn't really have any capture speed, but he does increase treasure gauge amount when you capture treasure, and he reduces damage received. The 10% team boost gauge is also pretty nice, as you can kind of use it if you die quite a bit to boost your team boost, the gauge. So next character will be Sabo. So if you guys notice from this Sabo, I put him in S+ recently, last season, because he is an insane character and the blue meta didn't really affect him at all. His skill 1 will pretty much one shot a lot every blue characters, but the recent green meta will make him slightly less effective. Like his skill 1 will not be able to one shot like some characters, like Zoro. I don't think he can one shot, and Moria also will be hard if they have pretty high defense. Then okay, but characters like Sanji, you kind of still can one shot. So yeah. Then Dragon Claw, pretty insane ability that does nullify stagger and is a pretty fast cast time and reduced defense, which is very nice. Then just take note of it, because of the huge green units, this guy might not be that efficient, but I think because of like a lot of the green characters that's gonna come up, there will be people that will be bringing red characters to counter, and he's still gonna be very useful in defending. Like he gets his immortality when he uses his skill 1. Then downside is just his cooldowns. Okay. Next character is Kid. So for Kid, right, I put him in S+, I believe, pretty last time, but yeah, the reason why I bring him down to S is also the same reason as Sabo. Like, the green meta does not really favor him that much. Like, he can do a lot of damage. I'm pretty sure with his skill 1 buff, he can still kind of shred quite a lot of green characters. But you just have to take note of it. And yeah, just overall, he's a very solid character. If you can kind of master his skill 2 and don't even cast it, you can cast it without auto the target camera, he's gonna be just a pretty good character because of how he has a lot of skill cooldown reductions. Like, you just have to stay in your treasure area and just keep spamming your skill 2, and oh my god, you do quite a lot of damage. And also you reduce damage taken also. Okay, next character would be Nami. So for Nami, right, she's a very, very good runner. But the thing is, her shock doesn't affect Luffy at all. So there's, with the increase of Luffy's, like, plus the additional of Gear 4 Luffy, her shock is kind of meh, but I guess you can still use it to knock people down. But other characters is pretty good. Like, there's quite a lot of Sabos, I think, so your shock will still be decent. Then because of the green meta, she'll be pretty much more useful, I would say. Then yeah, but most importantly is her traits. She can boost capture speed when your team has less capture treasure secured. Very nice when you put her as a second character, because usually when you switch to, when you die, right, your opponent somehow will just kind of get more flags, and this is where her capture speed boost will come in. Then she also have the cooldown reduction and speed boost when you guys lose treasure. So overall, a very solid runner. Then next is Time Skip Sanji. Time Skip Sanji is a very, very good character. I would say he's kind of near the top of S, like very, very close to S plus. So yeah, I would say the only thing would be he's relatively squishy, but his damage output is definitely very, very insane. Like, both of his skill has one-shot ability. It's just a pity that his skill, his Storm, basically the skill 2, skill 1 doesn't have a good range. But if you can learn it to use it well and time it right, no doubt he's gonna be an insane character. Then his normal attacks, the last one where he does the multiple kicks, is not really that good because it kind of leaves him an opening to be attacked. Then traits wise, he has very, very good attack trait. So when your ally is being KO'd, he does like what, 30% attack, and oh my god, just pretty insane character. Then when your team loses treasure, boost speed, so you can kind of get like what, attack boost, speed boost. Oh my god, yeah, just overall a very good character. Then you kind of have a bit of damage reduction also to help with the survivability issue. But yeah. Then next character is Ace. This guy, I would say he's on the verge of dropping out, but yeah, he's still pretty decent as a range character. Like, okay, because of the current meta, green characters, you won't do so much damage from against them compared to the blue meta, so do take note of that. But he has an insane amount of attack. Like, if full attack build, he can hit 3000 attack stat, and his skill 1 is pretty nice, the long range, but it just doesn't do that much damage. Then skill 2 is it's a closer range attack that has the one shot ability, so just have to take note of the long cast speed and the nullify stagger effect. Traits wise, he also have pretty okay traits that reduce damage, cooldown reduction, and deals more damage to burnt enemy. And the boost crit at 60 seconds or less is not that amazing, but still very useful. Like if it's just nice, you are using him for the last 30 seconds, 60 seconds. So okay, next character would be Whitebeard. Okay, Whitebeard, same thing as Ace. He's kind of in the verge of dropping, but yeah, because of the green meta, he will be kind of more useful. And if you are in the situation where there's quite a lot of, or you are in the map where it's quite close quarters and you can get a perfect dodge and you use your skill, no doubt both of your skill can hit a lot of the enemies, and his skill 1 also has the ability to ignore defense, and it's pretty insane for characters like time skip Zoro because you're just gonna destroy him so badly. So traits wise, he has a decent amount of reduced damage received traits, and he also has this boost crit when strength is less than 30%. It's not that a good skill because of how sometimes these abilities now can do so much damage that it will just bypass the 30%. So you also have the damage cooldown reduction skill and the deal damage to tremor enemies, which is definitely nice. Then okay, next character, time skip Usopp. Very good runner. The skill 1 is a very long range ability that has a very fast cast time, and it kind of crits. It has a high chance to crit, I believe. Then when it crits and you build full attack at 6 star, I think you can do near one shot or deal so much damage. Then this skill 2, it's not, I would say it's easy to see, and it's not that reliable for the as a defending skill, but yeah, it's still, when it manages to stun the enemy, it kind of has a decent effect. Like compared to Nami's shock, I would say I'll still prefer this stun because it affects Luffy too. Then traits wise, he has the same trait, capture speed trait, as Doflamingo. Then he also boosts speed when you use your skill 2, which can help, which is very nice because the 30% boost is very good, and you can use it as a runaway tool also. Then you also have decent cooldown reduction traits. Okay, next, Boa. Swimsuit Boa, I would say is, oh, wrong one. Okay, it's one of a decent characters. So the skill 1 is a very good ability to kind of crowd control enemies because it's a multi-hit, and okay, even though entrance doesn't affect Luffy, this time you'll still do damage to him and you'll knock him down. Definitely good for buying time. Then Pistol Kiss. A lot of you guys don't know, but this skill, when you cast it right against blue character, is so crazy that it does like one shot ability if you are at 6 star Boa. Then the only kind of issue is you need to learn how to use this skill, and if you can master it, you will do so much damage. Then her normal attacks is also just insane. You do so much damage for normal attacks. Not as good as the Gear 4 Luffy, but still very decent. Then you also have decent traits to inflict entrance, but do take note it doesn't affect Luffy. Then you do increase damage to enemies when you are in their treasure area, and also when your team has less treasure secured. Then okay, next will be a Canoe. Then for a Canoe, right? Okay. If you realize, I put him from the S minus to S plus. Reason being is because of the meta change. So because of the green characters, it's a rise of a Canoe. Then he has a lot of attack. Then he's pretty much a damage character that deals so much damage. His skill 1 has such a huge hitbox and it does so much damage also. Then skill 2, if you can hit it, is pretty much a one-shot ability, and these traits is pretty decent also. When you crit, you deal burn damage and deals damage reduction. Then you also have the resist stagger effect, similar to Luffy. So if you use your skill 2 when you are at full HP, you can kind of make your skill 2 nullify stagger also, which was one of the skill 2's issues. So yeah, just a pretty insane character. Oh my god, I just realized something. I didn't even add the Cola Ace and Cola Croc. So in my opinion, right, both of them are definitely S tier. So I'm just gonna talk about Ace. The Ace, the normal attack from the old Ace and new Ace is that instead of the last sweeping attack, it just shoots forward more. And if you have seen my 6-star Ace video, if all of your bullets hit the enemy, oh my god, you do so much damage. Then both skill 1 and skill 2 are upgraded skills of the ability from the normal Ace, and because of the green units, this red Ace will kind of show up more often and deal more damage. Then only issue is just he's a attacker, so retreating is not that a good option. Like, you want a perfect dodge and just try your best to kill the enemy. Then when you crit, you boost attack by 30%. Insane stats, and when you use your very very good stats also, traits, like you do more damage, and you also reduce skill 2 cooldown reduction when you spam your skill 1. So overall, a pretty good character. Then it's just that not everybody can have them. Like, even I don't even have them. So okay, Croc, very very fast. I would say it's like a kind of an upgrade, but it's not exactly an upgrade. So the attack speed of this new Croc versus the old Croc is like ×2. So this guy deals so fast attack, and his Sabos is very nice because it travels a decent amount of distance. So you don't have to put yourself up in front of the enemy to cast this skill, because if you guys know, this guy has you kind of can't move for a while when you cast this skill, and usually people will use that opportunity to attack you. So yeah. Then Desert Spada is like an upgrade of the ability. It's just it doesn't have the high crit, but it reduces defense, which is definitely nice. Then this guy is just gonna be relatively insane. Then the skill attack is okay, but the area of this skill just increased by so much, and it also has knockback, which means he's a very very good defender. Then his traits wise, he has very decent traits also. It's just the one with the 5% chance to inflict poison is not that good, but other than that, you have skill cooldown reduction and damage reduction. And when you're in your team's treasure area and the treasure gauge is 80% or more, you resist stagger. This is so crazy. Like, you can just keep spamming your skills in your own treasure area as long as you make sure the treasure gauge is at 80% or more. So a lot of people don't see this guy, how insane he is. So, and pretty much not everyone will have them. Then okay, next character. Oh my god, I'm starting to get thirsty. Oh my god. Okay, so Swimsuit Nami. Swimsuit Nami, because of how the green character, because she's a runner, right? She gets affected a little bit by the meta. Like, it's not 100%. Nah, she's trash now. So because of her trait that basically when your strength is more than 70%, boost capture speed by 50%, she's still a very good runner. And the skill 1, oh my god, if you are close to the enemies, right, you can kind of one shot like a lot of enemies. Okay, maybe not a lot of green enemies, but yeah, just pretty insane. Then her kick is also very very fast, and even though it does fixed damage only, it has knockback and confuse. So pretty much to deter the enemy from preventing you from capturing flag, and it also has a pretty decent shot cast time. Then her issue is just her normal attack, the last hit is just a waste that is not shooting forward. So yeah, or else she will be even a better character. Then Stampede Sabo. Okay, so Stampede. Okay, next is Stampede Smoker. My bad. So let me see, where is my Smoker? Stampede Smoker is a very good character. His skill 1 does so much damage. Not so much damage. The skill 1, right, is such a crowd control ability. Like, a lot of times where you see that enemies use their dodge already, then you cast your skill. Instead of you killing the Smoker, sometimes the Smoker will use the skill 2 to like kind of cancel your ability, and yeah, it does a okay amount of damage. So it 100% stuns you too, so it also gathers you to the center. So it's a very good co-op ability. Like, let's say I have a gear 4 that does normal attacks, I can just use my skill 2 and bring all the enemy close, and he can just destroy everyone. So it also acquires speed reduction, which is not bad, but a decent ability to have, like extra ones. Then this skill 1 is a kind of a near spammable ability, but it does nothing much with this besides just dealing damage. Like, if you can hit both hits, you'll kind of one-shot opponents. So yeah, overall a very good character. Then his traits also are very nice. Like, he also has the resist stagger when 80% strength, and when you capture treasure, reduce damage. When you're in your treasure area, reduce damage by 30%. Very decent. So let's say you are in your own treasure area, you get 30% damage reduction, and also there's a chance where you receive another 30% damage reduction based on the character skill. Very, very good. And you also reduce cooldown when your allies are near you, so you just kind of hug your allies and you can have a lot of cooldown reduction. Okay, so next, Stampede Sabo. Stampede Sabo, I know. You guys will probably say that, why is Stampede Sabo so low? Most likely Stampede Sabo is like S+. So I would say that Stampede Sabo is very similar to Sanji. So Stampede Sabo is most likely very, very close to S+, but yeah, he just kind of fall off a bit. So okay, then he's a very, very good character. Like, his skill 1 is a very decent crowd control ability. Just said that this ability, when enemies get close up to you, you can't use this ability because you will never hit them if you use this ability. Then yeah, but it's still a very, very decent crowd control ability. Then like, that wall of flame can kind of make you can't see the enemy, but the enemy also can't see you, so you guys can cast skills, but nobody will know whether like can tell to dodge or not. So I guess it kind of is a double-edged sword, but good for Stampede. It's good for Skypiea Zoro to keep shooting his shots. So yeah, then pretty cool skill cooldown also. Then this skill is the one-shot one, so usually it will deal a lot of damage. Then if it crits, it's confirmed a one-shot. Then cooldown is not that short, but because it's a one-shot ability, most likely you don't want to have too fast of a cooldown, or else you'll be broken. Then traits wise, he also has decent amount of traits. When your ally die, you boost crit by 300%. Then he doesn't really have any attack boost, unlike Sanji, but the crit boost is also pretty decent. As let's say you build full attack, that crit will give you even more damage. Then yeah, so when in area around enemy's treasure, increase damage dealt. He also have the standard dealing damage to enemies. Then if you can burn the enemy first, then you can deal more damage to them, so also very nice. Then when using skill 2 boost cooldown or skill 1, this is a bit weird, but yeah, still a decent cooldown ability, I'll say. Next will be the S minus range. So in here there is Mihawk. So Mihawk is a kind of outdated but still a very good ability. A very good unit. Like, he's the first, I would say he's the attacker that has like what 1600 attack, which means that you can, if full attack build, you have 3000 attack, and his skill 1 is pretty much very nice because of his short cooldown and the long range, and yeah, you also have a high chance of landing a crit. So you do roughly about 7k attack roughly, I think, yeah, from this skill. And because of the rising green meta, he will prove to be decent also. Then this skill, if you can hit it, oh my god, it does like what, usually a one shot if it crits. Then yeah, just to take note of this, the range of it. But yeah, this skill is just pretty insane. Overall, he's a very solid character. His normal attacks is also very good. Like, because he's holding a sword, he has no worries for his normal attack range. Then his traits is also very nice still. Then he kind of has the, when you KO someone, reduce cooldown reduction, which is also very nice. And okay, which this one kind of, this KO and boost cooldown reduction kind of makes your skill 1 spammable. Then okay, next character, Robin. Robin, she has very good normal attacks, but it's kind of slow. Then yeah, then skill 1 is kind of short. The mid range is only, it's all around you, so it's not that easy to hit this skill. But the skill 2, if you can hit it, if the enemy doesn't have perfect dodge, right, you can pretty much guarantee that tremor, and you can use your normal attacks into it. But okay, so generally a very strong character. Then deals damage and also reduce cooldown reduction. The recovery HP for when using skill 2 is nice, but not that needed, I would say. Like, because of how she is, when facing a lot of blue characters, sometimes you might get like one-shotted, something like that, if you messed up. So yeah. Okay, next, Frankie. Frankie is a very good defender. It's just that he's kind of like a budget Moria, because when your allies gets down, he doesn't recover HP, he just boosts defense. Then like, he also have the ability where his skill where he does more damage when he has more HP, but he doesn't heal when your ally dies. So oh my god, so even though he's similar to Moria, he kind of lacks that recovery HP, but still pretty nice. Like, instead of getting knocked back, you get a down effect, which makes him a pretty good defender. And when in area around a treasure, reduce damage. Then yeah, I guess that 60 seconds build boost damage by 20%, it's okay. Yeah. Then his skill 2 is very nice, like long range, and does more damage when you have full HP. Then Frankie Cannon, the range is decent, but if you, let's say you didn't hit it, you will pretty much leave yourself into an opening because of how long the skill is. Then okay, next will be Brook. Brook, very nice character, but okay, the skill 1, it kind of takes some time to use it, I would say, because the freeze, to get the freeze is not instant, and because you have to walk a bit first, then you will dash forward. Then the skill 2, but the skill 1 does a lot of damage. Then party music is also nice, but not that good because of how he runs and is quite slow. So yeah. Then okay, traits. He has quite decent trait, like when your HP is low, boost attack by 30%. But I wouldn't say this trait is not that reliable because, like I said, usually sometimes you'll get one shot, or you might even, like if you manage to hang on until 50%, then they hit you with the skill, yeah, you won't activate this trait. So okay, then you also have decent damage dealt, like if your allies are not near you and you're an enemy's treasure. So yeah, still very good character. Like none of the time skips are pretty bad. Okay, next is Aokiji. Okay, Aokiji, maybe he's near the S region because of his abilities. Like if you can kind of bait out the dodges, then you use your skill, you can freeze the opponent and you deal more damage to opponent with freeze. And even though freeze is not that good of a status than, let's say, tremor, etc., it's still pretty annoying. Like if you are frozen, then overall Aokiji is a very decent defender. Like he also has quite a lot of damage reduction traits. Then he also, I'll say that because you guys know that sometimes when you hit Aokiji, you suddenly get frozen. Yeah, that's one of his traits. Then when he also has the cooldown reduction trait, which is not bad. Then okay, so I guess for the below the S, right, tier, maybe the A+, A, B and C, there isn't much changes besides the Bonnie and the free Luffy. So both of them are good, but because they are only a 3-star base, they have their limitations, but they kind of stand out more than the other event characters, I would say, at 6-star. So definitely do grind them up. Then okay, I guess that's it for this video. So oh my god, I know it's been a very long video. Hopefully you guys understand why I put the characters in the S range. Like I won't, like, because of them gonna add more characters, it's gonna be hard to cover every single character. So let me know what you guys think if when I just say up to the S tiers. Then yeah, like all these characters in the A plus tier, unless it's new characters, I don't think I will cover them. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Let me know if you guys think like some of the characters deserve to be in a better place. Like I know you guys will say that Stampy Sabo is deserve to be in S+, Timeskip Luffy is not an S+ character, something like that. So yeah, just let me know down in the comment section. I'm also very curious to see like what you guys think on the tier list. And if you like this video, do give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more One Piece Bounty Rush content. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.